Tina standing by with the author. Good morning.
Hi, let me introduce to you Russ Woody here, TV producer, TV writer. Say all the shows that you've written for.
The embarrassing ones, or the other?
Yeah.
Gosh, Murphy Brown and Sybil and Mad About You and Becker, Drew Carey, Fantasy Island.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He grew up here in Fair Oaks. Went to one of my rivals at Bella Vista.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Welcome back home. And
your face.
Your book is Tuesdays with Ted. And this is a story about your dad,
Yeah.
who was diagnosed, right, with Lou Gehrig's disease?
Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was this?
It was around the 2001, 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you took him in and took care of him, right?
My mother died kind of unexpectedly the week he was diagnosed.
Oh, wow.
So it was it was a hell of a week. And I got him a house in Studio City, and he had the very aggressive form of ALS, which affects the motor neurons between the spinal column and the muscle groups, and you eventually lose your ability to do. It's a horrible disease. But got him a house in Studio City, and he ended up coming to, I was working on Becker at the time with Ted Danson, and my father ended up coming to the show every week, and I never expected him to, because he wasn't from that world. And
Here's some pictures here. Is that you and him? It's on the screen right up here.
Oh, that's my dad and Ted. Ted decided to grab my dad's boobs.
Okay.
This
Three
is
of you?
the machine that my dad used. That was the cast picture. Great story about that, because by then my father was a part of the mascot for the show, and they were doing the big, there's 150 people there, and they said, Russ, get your dad, come over, we're taking the picture. So I got my dad, and as we walked towards this huge group of people, everybody just spread apart like this, so my dad could walk and sit between Ted and Hattie. And then they all closed up, and I'm standing there like, okay, where do I sit?
Right, right.
Yeah, and they said, why don't you sit on the floor?
So this book is all about his visits with Ted Danson, right?
Well, his year and a half, he had a very aggressive form of ALS, like I said, and it was a year and a half. So it was this tremendous, he got so much of a chance to spend with his grandsons. And with the cast and crew at Becker, they just came out of the woodwork to do kind things for him. We ended up doing an episode about my father, and Tom Poston ended up playing my father. And yeah, it was a whirlwind of a year and a half, and it's probably the most meaningful year and a half of my life, and it was
And you
really
put that all in
wonderful.
this book.
It's all there. It's all inside there, yeah. There's a lot of very funny stuff that happened.
How can people get this book?
It's just, I only have the one copy, that's it.
All right, we'll have a little checkout, and there's a little library card in the back sleeve.
Yeah.
Right, and Cody is going to check this out.
Yes, you have to know me
And
personally.
we'll have a stamp, clunk, clunk,
And then, boom.
due date,
Yeah.
right?
It's at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com.
Congratulations on this. What's next for you? What shows are you working on?
Well, ever since my father died, I've tried not to do the sitcom world so much. And I have recently, the last few years, have been working on a limited series about Abraham Lincoln's first vice president. You know who he is?
No.
Nobody does.
We're going to find out. Thank you, Russ, for coming in. So
it's a
nice
pleasure.
to see you. So nice to see you. It's called Tuesdays with Ted.
I tell you what, Russ, I will clear out my DVR right now and reserve space for that limited series.
Yeah, don't rush.
I'm ready to go. Just get it on standby, brother.